Meanwhile, in another family in Africa, an ambitious man called Ali took the opportunity years ago to travel to France and study medicine. He returned as a veterinarian and opened a practice in town. He was an intellectual who loved reading, and he founded a national festival of arts in order to promote traditional musicians and folk cultural heritage. As he grew older and more popular with the locals, he took an interest in politics and started campaigning. He became a regional administrator and was at the forefront of many humanitarian battles against famine and malaria. His commitment to the struggles of the population made him to be very respected, and he increased in stature. He became wealthy and bought vast lands. Then he hired workers to cultivate mango trees. He would harvest and sell mangoes in large quantities. He was a devout Muslim with a wife and a child. One day, as he traveled to a village, he noticed a young woman who had no academic background. She could neither read nor write, however, her beauty was talked about in the community. Many men were interested in marrying her, but when Ali, the veterinarian and young politician from the city, proposed to her, it was considered a major shift in her social status and a big opportunity. She moved in with him in the city and became his second wife in a polygamous household. They became the parents of my mother Ghani. She was their only child together. However, Ali was a true Muslim patriarch. He soon got a third wife who would bear him 8 children. It is speculated whether this is the reason why his first 2 marriages ended in divorce and he remained with the third wife alone. He had a total of 10 children and was very famous in the family for being a terrifying and strict parent with a very intimidating presence. My grandmother left the city and returned to a life in the village. She took her daughter with her but would put her into the hands of her own mother in another village, and later start a whole new family apart. So my mother, Ghani, was raised by her grandmother, and although she was loved and nurtured, yet she grew up with profound emotional wounds because she felt rejected by her parents. This did not stop her, however, from being an extremely serious and focused student who always excelled in school. She was often sick because she had a severe form of sickle cell anemia disease, but her health issues only made her even more motivated to succeed in life. In her future, as a 79-year-old elderly woman, she would die as the oldest living adult suffering from sickle cell disease in the whole nation of Belgium. Most people with her symptoms do not survive beyond their teenage years, but a grace from God kept her alive until the age of 79 and able to achieve an impressive international career. For the moment, however, she is still a little girl whose academic zeal and seriousness has reached the ears of her estranged father in the capital city. Ali takes an interest in meeting his daughter and she soon gets a scholarship to study in Paris. At first she gets certified as a nurse, but still feels unfulfilled and obtains a second degree as a social worker. It is only when she turns to political science and enters the world of diplomacy and international geopolitics that she finally feels at peace and satisfied. She has found her professional calling. By the time Roger and Ghani, my parents, meet as young professionals, Roger is a military widower with 4 children. He is traumatized by the tragedy of the sudden death of his first wife who was pregnant and dramatically fell in the stairs of their apartment. He now finds comfort from his torments and his guilt in alcohol and women. This does not stop him, however, from writing books and exploring different activities outside of aviation and military ambition, such as the invention of an innovative home building material in Africa. He is creative and always interested in many things, just like his father Marius used to be. As for Ghani, she is busy making her father Ali proud of her academics, and she is now a very popular rising star, with countless circles of friends in France, America and Africa. She has a grace to connect easily and make friends from all over the world. Both Roger and Ghani are involved in the new wave of Pan-Africanism and political activism among their new generation of young African intellectuals living in France. They were a unique generation of highly trained post-colonial professionals. It was a wave of liberty, intellectualism, poetry and Pan-African pride. Late-night parties were frequent at the sound of Cuban and Congolese music. Alliances forged through political battles were the foundation of lifelong, racially diverse friendships. It is in this very context that they were attracted to one another. However, when my mother got pregnant, it was considered a terrible shame and disgrace for a daughter of Ali, the strict disciplinarian with high ambitions. She suffered a backlash of anger and disapproval, and their families immediately got involved in order to force them into order and marriage. The marriage was celebrated exactly 1 year after my birth.